Oh, uh-oh.
Hello, everybody. Hello, so good to see everybody. Thank you so much for being here for today's daily antidote of song. It is lovely to see the whole gang here coming into the room. Let's start by noting that today we are on day 1993, a mere week away from our day 2000 celebration. Looking forward very much to seeing all of you there. Whoever would have thunk it, huh? Like, yeah, okay.
2000.
2000 is a very big number. I am very happy to be sitting here next to the Peanut Gallery, who is my neighbor in Tacoma Park, Maryland, Steve Winick, who you have all met before on multiple occasions. He is a folklorist at the Library of Congress and has been in this room a bazillion times when we have done our archive challenge days and weeks. And we're super glad to have you back. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you. And you know, I didn't realize it until we did one of these anniversary celebrations that I was actually within the first week of the Daily Antidote. I was one of the singers.
First
So,
week.
wow, I've been here pretty much from the beginning. I was not the very first singer, but I was like the fourth or something like that.
I love it. So that's amazing. So I do actually, we have been recently starting to count like who the folks are who've been in the room the most. So we'll have to count Steve. We got to Peter Amidon having been in this room a whopping 59 times, either
Wow.
as a musician or as a host. Yeah. So all right, let's say hello to everybody out there on the live stream. That was a more unusual rhythm of opening up our daily antidote. Hello, folks on YouTube, and hello, folks on Facebook. Thank you for joining us here today. We're glad you're with us. We cannot see you out there, but we know you're there, and that's a really important part of what it is we do, is singing all together in sometimes not visible but very heartfelt community. For anybody who doesn't know, we're the Daily Antidote of Song. I'm Jo Rossi, I'm the director, and we sing one song and sometimes two every single day. And we'll tell you more about what's going on this week when we are done singing today. Let's start by everybody waving over to Cate Clifford, coming in from Rhode Island, our song leader for the day. And let's wave to Steve Winick, sitting next to me, our host for the day. And let's thank Clelio in New Jersey and Athena in Brooklyn for running tech for us today. Thank you so much, gang. So let's say hi to all the folks in this zone. We've got Linda on Orcas Island, Nan in Michigan, Annette in California, Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio, Bonnie in Boise, Idaho, Neil in Boston, Sue in Seattle, Washington, Diana in British Columbia, Ann in Amherst, Mass, Sheila in Florida, Bob in Albany, New York, Kathleen in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Marion in Brighton, UK, Sydney coming in from San Francisco, California, Karis is coming in from Silver Spring, Maryland, right next door to us. Deborah is in Kentucky, and I think I saw Robert over there too, waving to Robert who's driving. Drive safely! Storm is in Massachusetts, and Deli is in Maryland, and Trish is in Victoria, British Columbia, Kathy in Colorado. Fred is also in Silver Spring, Maryland, another neighbor. I see Gary in Massachusetts. I see Hoda in British Columbia. We have Cindy coming in from somewhere, and really glad to see you, Cindy. I don't know you yet, but I'm glad you're here, and not sure where you're from, but thanks for being here. We got Bob, Mabel, and the Bears in Massachusetts. We've got Louise coming in from Sidmouth, UK. Really a lot of folks in this space from a lot of places. Now let's say hi to all the folks off camera. Elizabeth in California, Jen coming in from that might be Maryland, Kay in Texas, Nancy in Washington State, Curly Tops in Vermont, Aloysius in Mass, Deb coming in from Tucson, Arizona, Peter, new to us today. Thanks for being with us, Peter. Glad you're here. Heather, maybe also new to us today. Thanks for being here. Caroline in DC, Kachina and friends in Vermont, Margaret coming in from I'm not sure where, and Sem maybe also new to us today. Carol in Connecticut, and Maggie may also be new to us today. Thank you, gang, so much, everybody, for being here with us. Let's all take a deep breath. Yeah, okay, we're super excited. Oh, wait, we've got Alex coming, jumping in the room today. So Alex, I think, and Kate know each other well, so that's exciting. And I will say Alex Cumming is another one of the ones who probably we should count how often Alex has been in the room because as both a host and a song leader, like Steve, he is just another fabulous piece of the Daily Antidote. All right, one more deep breath, everybody.
Hey.
Hi, so we're going to turn it over to Steve Winick right here to introduce Cate Clifford. And Steve, you are up.
All right. Hello, everybody. And we are here to introduce the great singer Cate Clifford. She sings mostly unaccompanied, but also with other people in harmony and teaches workshops and does all kinds of great things. You can find Kate's page online and find out more about what Cate does as a singer. And Cate told me that I could tell all of you that she's a giant Robin Hood nerd, and also is very moved by stories about King Arthur and other old British folklore. And that's
Not
one
that you
of
would know anything about that, Steve.
that's one of Cate's many interests. But I'm gonna turn it over to Cate and let Cate tell you more about the song and about you know the career behind the song.
Cool.
Thank you, Steve. Kate, I'm actually going to just suggest that you say very little about the song and get right into teaching
Until
and
after,
singing.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, believe me, we'll get into the source later. That's part of my job. So today we're going to sing something called Let's Seek the Bower, and the chorus goes like this. So follow, follow me, my bonny, bonny lads, and we'll the pastime see. For the minstrels sing and the sweet bells ring, and they feast right merrily, merrily, and they feast right merrily, merrily. I know that's a lot at once. The lyrics are in the chat, and I'm going to do it again. So follow, follow me, my bonny, bonny lads, my bonny, bonny lads, and will the pastime see, and will the pastime see. For the minstrels sing, for the minstrels sing, and the sweet bells ring, and the sweet bells ring, and they feast right merrily, merrily, and they feast right merrily, merrily, and they feast right merrily, merrily. This is about Robin's wedding day. This is the only song I know about that. Here we go. Let's seek the bower of Robin Hood, this is his bridal day, and cheerfully in blythe Sherwood bridesmaids and bridesmen play. So follow, follow me, my bonny, bonny lads, and we'll the pastime see. For the minstrels sing and the sweet bells ring, and they feast right merrily, merrily, and they feast right merrily, merrily. The humming beer flows round in pails with mead that's stout and old, and amorous virgins tell love tales to thaw the heart that's cold. So follow, follow me, my bonny, bonny lads, and we'll the pastime see. For the minstrels sing and the sweet bells ring, and they feast right merrily, merrily, and they feast right merrily, merrily. They're dancing sprightly on the green, each lightfoot lad and lass, sly stealing kisses when unseen, and jingling glass with glass. So follow, follow me, my bonny, bonny lads, and we'll the pastime see. For the minstrels sing and the sweet bells ring, and they feast right merrily, merrily, and they feast right merrily, merrily. Seek the bower.
Sorry, we were unmuting. We have we're fighting over the trackpad here.
No trouble.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Cate. Everyone, let's have a round of air applause for Cate. And
Thanks,
that's a
everybody.
fascinating song. A song about Robin Hood's wedding day. So tell us where you found it and a little bit about it.
Okay, so in the great tradition of the folk process, I didn't get it from its original source. I got it from Ben Gagliardi of the Vox Hunters. Hooray, Ben! Who just periodically will send emails or texts to his singing buddies occasionally and be like, "Hi, hello, I found you a gem, go learn it." He did that with me in the middle of lockdown with this one.
So nice.
And he got it from, let me check the name of the book, the Edinburgh musical Miscellany, which was published in 1792,
All right.
which I have about 17 feelings about, and all of them are positive.
Very cool. Well, so in honor of your selection of a Robin Hood song, Joe and I have brought special garments that we're going to don for you at the moment. So we have our Robin Hood hats. And
Excellent.
I too am a big Robin Hood nerd. So who was Robin Hood marrying in this song?
It doesn't say, but in my heart it's Marion
Maid
because
Marian.
I have
And
never in my life heard of an alternate
well,
to his.
that's one of the things that's funny. So I've studied Robin Hood songs and ballads for many years. And of course, the famous person that he marries is Maid Marian. And there's a great ballad about uh, their, they're coming back together after they've been separated because he has to flee. He's in exile. And so there's a great ballad about that. But there's also a really weird ballad called Robin Hood's Birth, Breeding, Valor, and Marriage, in which he marries a woman named Clorinda.
Oh, that's
so,
right.
so you should so you should look
Oh
that
yeah.
one up, and that one's fun too because it's really weird because it's like the alternate universe Robin Hood where nothing's the same as the story that you know, and that's one of those
Awesome.
things that happened as people throughout you know the 17th century and then the 18th century rewrote and rewrote the story that you get all kinds of weird alternate versions of Robin Hood. So yeah, so what excites you so much about Robin Hood?
Well, oh my goodness. Okay. Robin Hood is one of those stories that I don't remember when I found it because it has been a part of my heart for that long. But listen, we'll just start with this. Robin Hood was right. Taking from those who have excess to give to those who have nothing is not just a loving way to be, not just a responsible way to be, not just a sustainable way to be, but correct. My sociology professor in college had a bumper sticker that just said, Robin Hood was right on his office door, and I have been looking for it ever since. So I suppose the morality of his compass is one of the reasons, but also there is something about his heart that sings to me. There is something about not just his Marianism, and when I say Marianism, I'm not talking about Marian. I'm talking about the the deep care for women that came from worshiping Mother Mary specifically, Christ's mother. That for him mostly manifests as treating women really well and not standing for it when somebody doesn't, which especially in 2025 is something that is important to me. But also, he's playful. He's playful and he's fun and he has a brilliant moral compass and he cares about other people and he can walk silently in the woods and not frighten a single animal and he laughs regularly. There's nothing on that list that I don't love.
That's awesome. Yeah, that those are all awesome things about Robin Hood the character. And one of the reasons why I own Robin Hood hats like this is that I've been working for a long time on an album of Robin Hood songs. It's
I'm
an
so excited about it.
it's
When is
an
that coming out? Do you know yet?
So it we still don't know when it's coming out. It's completely
Okay.
finished and it's mastered and I've written the liner notes which now my producer Jennifer Cutting is going to give me some feedback on and it's going so it's near the end of the process but we're actually going to
Great.
pitch it to some record labels before we put
Great.
it out ourselves. And if we
Excellent.
do get picked up by a label, then it might take longer because they'll put it in a production queue, and it could be a year or
Sure,
something
sure.
before it comes out. But I've been working on it for ages. I mean, I've been working on the ballads in terms of setting ballad text to tunes for over 20 years. But we've been working on the album. The very first recording session for the album was in 2019. So it's been,
Oh, wow.
it's been a while. And we managed to get some great folks on the album. We have three Grammy winners. Kathy Fink, Marcy Marxer, and Dom Flemons are all on it. And we also have three National Heritage Fellows.
Oh my goodness.
Joni Madden, Billy McComiskey, and Liz Carroll are on it.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's like, yeah, it's an all-star album because I have limited talent, but I have friends with unlimited talent. So
I
that was
relate.
my strategy. So
Have you?
I'm working on that, and one of the things that that sort of put me in this direction of actually recording this stuff is, of course, everyone here knows that I work at the archive at the American Folklife Center at the Library of Congress. And I found this anomalous thing in our archive, right? So we have this recording of a woman named Lillian Short, who came from Galena, Missouri, and in 1941 she recorded for Vance Randolph, who had borrowed our recording machine and was making recordings of Ozark folk singers. She recorded a little fragment of a song that went like this. Robin Hood and Little John, they both are gone to Faroe, and we will to the greenwood go to see what they do there, oh. For to chase the buck and doe, to chase the buck and doe, oh. For to chase the buck and doe with the hayland to sing merry, oh. So,
Okay.
Woo!
what do you
First
think of
of
that
all-
song? What's that?
First of all, that was awesome. I love that melody so much. And secondly, it makes me think of I'm sure you know this song, but Hallantoe, right?
It is Hallantoe. And
So
that's kind of the weird thing about it. Like,
well, right, because that bit is the almost the same as the Robin Hood verse of Hallantoe. Does it predate the Hallantoe verse that we have?
so I ended up doing like I went down a rabbit hole of research on this, and it turns out that the first time Hallantoe is mentioned and the first time it's published, so that you can see what the tune was, is in 1801. So it's very early in the 19th century.
Oh, wow.
And it was by a Welsh harper named Edward Jones, and he published a book of Welsh tunes in which he included a little appendix with Cornish stuff in it. And this song was in there, and it's the Hallantoe lyrics, but it's to this melody that I just sang. So the very first version of Hallantoe published, and so Hallantoe, for the folks who don't know it, is a seasonal song that's sung every year in the same town in Cornwall called Helston. And
Will you sing it, Steve?
the regular Hallantoe melody is Robin Hood and Little John. Well, actually, let me start that again. I have the other tune stuck in my head.
Da, 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 da.
All right, while he's looking for that tune, I'm going to say a couple of things. I am the gatekeeper, clock keeper, or whatever else we want to talk about here today. And so when we are done with this little excursion, I think we're going to ask Cate to sing the song again. But first, I think we want to hear what Cate has coming up. But I also want to say, how many people in this room feel like what they'd really like to do is stay in here for another hour listening to the two of these folks talk about the history of this, right? Like, so how many people want to do it again? And we'll have a different Robin Hood song, and they can each contribute one. So, yeah, okay, good. We've got a lot of ups there. All right.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the Hallantoe chorus,
Perfect.
because that'll get me into the melody. So it's Hallantoe, jolly rumble-o, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May, oh, summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away, oh, Robin Hood and Little John, they both have gone to Faroe, and we shall to the merry greenwood to see what they do there, oh, Hallantoe, jolly rumble-o, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May, oh, summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away, oh. And I've sung that in the room, actually, on more than one occasion, I think, in the past, when on May Day or on May 8th, one or the other.
That's really interesting because
so-
the version that I know has the buck and hairline.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting, too, yeah. So that's a cool, cool variations in the song, but there you go. So we have this weird version of Hallantoe, and as I was researching it, I found out that the woman, as I said, the woman who sang it was named Lillian Short, and she was at the time a widow, and her husband was a man named Leonard Short, otherwise known as Shock Short. It was his nickname, and this was her late husband, and he was a bank robber who had actually been gunned down in 1935 after breaking jail and that's how he died. And he had a reputation within the town of being Robin Hood like. That is, he bought one day he bought ice cream for all the kids in town with the money that he robbed from these banks, right? So it's an unbelievable story, and it just put me, further into the rabbit hole of researching Robin Hood. And so my album's got all kinds of Robin Hood songs on it, but we don't want to talk about me. We want to talk more about Cate. So you need to tell us, Cate, what thing. Oh, there's one thing that I want to ask you about specifically, and I
Yeah.
know that it's one of your upcoming things, and that's
Yeah.
the devil songs. Tell us about devil songs.
Okay, so helpfully, Devil Songs is the next thing on my calendar, in point of fact. That will be October 25th in Providence, Rhode Island, where I live, which is the best city I know. Let's see, we're doing it at a hair salon that is also a music venue. And by we, I mean myself and the Vox Hunters, Flannery Brown, Ben, who sent me this song, and Armand Araman. And it will be at 7 o'clock. Go to my website for more information. It's the best. So here's the story. The story is Ben and Armand and a couple friends of ours who have since moved wanted to make a night of songs that explore the devil not as a villain, because there are that explore the devil not as a villain, and also just that spend some time talking about different manifestations of the devil and different myths that are related to him. And it's been so much fun. This was my first ever professional singing gig in Check's Watch 2017.
Nice.
We took a year off last year, but we're back.
Awesome. So that's your next thing coming up. What else is
Yep.
on the schedule? Any other gigs planned?
So there's a couple things that are up in the air that I'm getting some details sorted out about, but then we also have this is pretty far in advance, but the Scottish midnight singing of Christ Child Lullaby on Christmas Eve, because they sing Christ Child Lullaby in the Isle of Barra, where my ancestors are from, at midnight on Christmas Eve every year, and have done it since that song was written in the 1800s. And so I get on Facebook Live at our equivalent of Scottish Midnight and sing that song with anybody who wants to listen, assuming that people in Isle of Barra are doing it at the same time. That connects me to my ancestry and also to so many other things.
Okay, that's
Awesome.
amazing. We
So-
all want to listen, so we're going to need to get that from you, Cate, so that all of us Daily Antidoters can join.
Yes, and
Please.
you should be able to see in her box, but in case not, Cate's name is spelled Cate Clifford, and if you Google that, you'll find Cate's website.
In fact, Cate's links are all in the chat.
Excellent,
So,
even
yeah.
better. And so
And Cate Clifford music everywhere. That will help too.
Cate Clifford, we want to ask you if you would reprise the song, sing the song again for us,
Joyfully.
and we'll all sing along.
Absolutely. And I bet you guys all remember that wicked long chorus, right? Okay, here goes. Thank you, by the way, Joe, and thank you, Daily Antidote, and thank you, Steve. We've been circling each other for a long time, but we never got to meet in person, so which this sort of counts.
Right.
I've
I
been
think
really excited.
we were joking about that. How many people we've met through the Antidote that we think about. Have we ever met them in real, like in physical space? But this is really meeting. We believe that this is a real place, and a very
Yes.
important place to all of us. And so
Yes.
we're both here. And
beautiful start point.
It was beautiful to meet you here. So
Yay. Okay, here goes. Let's sing about Robin Hood, shall we? I'll start with the chorus again. So follow, follow me, my bonny, bonny lads, and will the pastime see. For the minstrels sing and the sweet bells ring, and they'll feast right merrily, merrily, and they'll feast right merrily, merrily. Let's seek the bower of Robin Hood, this is his bridal day. And cheerfully in blythe Sherwood, bridesmaids and bridesmen play. So follow, follow me, my bonny, bonny lads, and will the pastime see. For the minstrels sing and the sweet bells ring, and they feast right merrily, merrily, and they feast right merrily, merrily. The humming beer flows round in pails, with mead that's stout and old, and amorous virgins tell of tales to thaw the heart that's cold. So follow, follow me, my bonny, bonny lads, and we'll the pastime see. For the minstrels sing and the sweet bells ring, and they feast right merrily, merrily, and they feast right merrily, merrily. They're dancing sprightly on the green, each light-foot lad and lass, sly stealing kisses when unseen, and jingling glass with glass. So follow, follow me, my bonny, bonny lads, and we'll the pastime see. For the minstrels sing and the sweet bells ring, and they feast right merrily, merrily, and they feast right merrily, merrily. Let's seek the bower.
Thank you so much again, Kate. Wonderful
pleasure.
to hear you sing and to see you in person and to just be in the same virtual space with you. Just wonderful. So thank you once again.
Thank you, everybody. What a time. What a beautiful
Yeah.
time.
Thank you, Cate Clifford in Rhode Island. Everybody, please give it up for Cate again, and give it up for Steve Winick hosting. We haven't had Steve in here in a while because he's so busy at Ye Old Library of Congress, but we really hope we can make another Robin Hood time happen soon because this has been a blast and a half. And boy,
Yes,
are you
please.
right, Cate, to be talking about how Robin Hood is right. And in fact, we chatted about that before in here, talking about the fact that kind of at this point in our sort of universe at large, if we're not talking about that right now, we're probably not doing enough work in the world. So thanks so much to Cate and to everybody. I'm going to take a quick second to tell everybody who is coming up and what we've been doing this week. Because we've had so much fun stuff going on. So we started out our week with Iona Fife in Scotland. She brought us some really great songs. She was new to us. It was amazing. It was a really cool day.
She is the brand new rector of the University of Aberdeen. Did you know that?
I did not
She
know
was
that.
inducted just this week.
Oh, I did know that actually. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And she's also was on the board of Folk Alliance, I think, for a really
Yes,
long
she
time.
was.
And,
Yeah, yeah.
really
She's an old
amazing
friend, yeah.
human. Oh, awesome. Of course, you guys know each other. We had Flawn Williams. Now we're going to go down the list, and Steve's going to say another old friend, another
Well,
old
of course,
friend.
Flawn. I mean, you know I know Flawn.
Yeah. Flawn Williams came in from Maryland. Another great day. Juan Diaz on Wednesday, helping us celebrate this month, which is Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th. And another really great day. Please check it out. Elena La Fulana also helping us celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month yesterday. Another great one to check out. Cate Clifford, amazing. Came in today from Rhode Island. I just should have said that Elena was from D.C. Tomorrow we are singing for the first time with Eugene Wolfe coming in from Tennessee. And Phil Hogg is going to be with us on Sunday, coming in from the UK. Another great week here in the Daily Antidote
Very
song.
cool.
Yes, so super glad that all of you joined us. Let's give it another time for Cate Clifford, our beautiful song leader today, and Steve Winick, who became half song leader, half host today, which I always love. And can't wait to have you both back in here again. Thank you so much to Clelio running tech for us out of New Jersey, Athena in Brooklyn, New York. I'm going to actually take a quick shout. Steve is a member of the band called Ocean Orchestra and other forms of ocean quartet-y things. So please check out Steve's link in the chat, his website, and also the Ocean Orchestra website to find out about their upcoming gigs. I think next big round of stuff is in December. So both
Right.
Cate and Steve have some exciting holiday stuff coming up, so we got to, check in on that. All right, Clelio in New Jersey, thanks for running tech for us today. Athena in Brooklyn, thank you for helping out with tech today. Linda on Orcas Island, Annette in California, Sue in Cincinnati. Next time we do this, we also need Cate to also have a Robin Hood hat because it feels like the balance is
I
a
know.
little
I was hoping there was we could apply a Zoom filter that would put a Robin Hood hat
Oh,
on you,
that would
but
be
we
good.
didn't figure that out in time.
There you go.
My best friend, I call him Robin Hood because he walks as quietly as Robin Hood does, and because he there are other reasons we won't go into why, but I bought him a Robin Hood hat that he now wears periodically, and I am still proud of that gift.
All right, we got to get the hat in the right room next time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Where was I? Linda in Orcas Island, Annette in California, Susan in Cincinnati. I don't remember. I'm starting all over. Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Neil in Boston, Mass. Sue in Seattle, Washington. Diana coming in from British Columbia. Sheila in Florida. Bob coming in from Albany, New York. Kathleen in Albuquerque. Marion in Brighton, UK. Sydney in California. Karis in Silver Spring. It's hard to keep doing this because what I really want is I want to ask Kate and Steve more questions. So I'm having to be like super professional. Deli in Maryland. Bob Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts. Kathy in Colorado. Deb coming in from Tucson, Arizona. Fred in Silver Spring. Hoda in British Columbia. Gary in Massachusetts. Deborah coming in from Kentucky. Louise coming in from Sidmouth, UK. Anne in Amherst, Mass. Let's see, Aloysius in Massachusetts. Alex coming, one of our favorite song leaders and hosts in the space, coming in from Brattleboro, Vermont, we think, or potentially anywhere back there.
Right.
Storm in Massachusetts. Jen coming in, I think, from Maryland. Nancy in Washington State. Curly Tubbs in Vermont. I want to welcome Peter, who I believe is new today, coming in from somewhere, and Heather, who may also be new today, coming in from somewhere. Caroline in DC. Margaret coming in from somewhere. Sem, maybe also new today, coming in from somewhere. Carol in Connecticut. Lynn in Connecticut. And Maggie, I think you've been in here recently. Welcome back. Thanks everybody out there on the live stream, Facebook and YouTube, for joining us today. And we can't wait to see all of you tomorrow on the Daily Antidote of Song. Lots of love, gang.